Dear students, with reference to Sangam age, I have already taught you about two sources. First one I have taught you Tirukural, and second source I have mentioned poems. So and third uh, source which will be taught by me today, that is Tolkapiyam. And Tolkapiyam, very important literary sources of Tamil history, and very reliable information today I'll give you. Please pay attention. Tolkapiyam, written by Tolkapier. I think you know it is Tamil grammar. Tolkapiyam is Tamil grammar. Like Ashtadhyayi, I have also taught in my previous videos. Ashtadhyayi written by Padini. So Padini written Ashtadhyayi, it is Sanskrit grammar book. So Ashtadhyayi is a Tamil grammar book. So it is not important only for the grammar book, but it also gives us lot of information regarding Sangam society, and I'll teach you this Tolkapiyam in detail. It is acknowledged as the earliest surviving Tamil literary work. It is supposed to have been written by Tolkapier, one of the 12 disciples of Saint August. I think you know Saint August name you are familiar. Very renowned saint of southern India. Ramanuj, you know, related to the northern India, and yes, related to the southern India. This saint, very renowned saint, August Rishi or August saint. Tolkapiyam, who has written Tolkapiyam? That person was Tolkapier, and Tolkapier was the disciple of or student of August Rishi. I think it is clear now. Tolkapiyam demonstrates the organized manner in which the Tamil language has evolved. It is not merely a textbook on Tamil grammar, but it includes classification of habitats, animals, plants, and human being. Means very detailed explanation, a detailed information this book is giving today. The discussion on the human emotions and interaction is particularly significant. So I think this very easy way you are understanding. Tolkapiyam is divided into 3 chapters. This question very important. Tolkapiyam divided in how many chapters? 3 chapters. In first chapter, second chapter, third chapter, what has been given? Going to teach you. In first one, orthography. Second one, etymology, and third one, plural. While the first 2 chapters helps codify the language, the last part, plural, refers to the people of their behavior. Means which type of behavior was there, which type of culture was there, which type of tradition was there. All information this book has given. So this book is important for first one, it is a grammar book. Second one, it has been divided in 3 chapters. In first chapter, orthography, second chapter, etymology, and third one, plural, means codification of language. That last chapter, plural, refers to the people and their behavior. So 3 main important point is there. I think you are understanding. The grammar helps to convey the literature or literary message to one generation to other generation. or we can say in other word on human behaviors. So Tolkappiyam is very important one. And next source I would like to teach you, that is known as Tamil epic Silpa Dikaram, very important one. The jeweled anklets, and it is a love story. It is a Tamil epic, and I think it is very popular one, and you people are familiar. I am going to teach you about some brief explanation regarding this. Silpa Dikaram was the earliest and greatest of the epic of the Sangames, supposedly written by Ilengo Vedigal, grandson of Karikala, the great Chola king in the 2nd century AD. It is the tragic story of merchant Kovalan of Puhar, who fall in love with a dancer Madhvi, neglecting his own wife Kanangi. Kovalan goes on to sell the anklet of Kanangi to start a business, but he is held guilty of stealing the queen's anklet and beheaded by king. In the end, Kanangi avenges the death of her husband and becomes a goddess. It marks the beginning of the Kanangi cult or Patni cult, that is a worship of Kanangi as a ideal wife. The epic contains a great deal of the social and historical information about the Sangamis. What was the story regarding Silpa Dikaram? I would like to teach you in easy way. There was a family. Family head was Kovalan, and he had wife Kanangi. Kanangi was very devoted lady, but her husband Kovalan was not trustworthy. And what happened? He falls in love with a dancer named Madhvi, and he was living along with Madhvi. And slowly what happened? He given all his money to Madhvi. And after some times, what happened? Dispute came, and he returned back to his family. His wife Kanangi, welcomed his husband, and that time her husband had no any money, so she has given his own anklet, and he went to market and sold, and finally he started a business. But one tragedy is there that same time what happened, the queen of Pandyan kingdom anklets had been stolen, and it is said that same means what Kanangi anklets was there, and same quality anklets queen had also. And finally what happened, that anklet was received from Kovalan, and Pandyan king army observed that he is a culprit, and he was beheaded. He had given death sentence. When Kanangi knew that, after that she got spiritual power, and she given curse, and by that curse entire dynasty burned fire. This is a story regarding this Silpa Dikaram, very important epic of Tamil literature. And today also, by her chastity means purity, Patni cult started, means Kanangi will be worshipped in southern India today also. So this is a story regarding Silpa Dikaram. So in this video only this much. So Tolkappiyam and Silpa Dikaram, two topics I have covered. And regarding Sangam literary sources, that is very important. Silpa Dikaram written by Ilengo Vedigal, the grandson of Karikalan. Karikalan was the Chola king. I have taught you in Sangam literature or Sangam society. There were three kingdoms: Chera, Chola, Pandya. And one question is there: who had given death sentence? Your answer will be there: Pandyan king. So in this video, only this much. Thank you.